What's goody? We back.
We back.
Respect to tilt.
You got me.
A Great Robino. And you got them boys over there. JT and Flyman. Go ahead and say something.
Happy Thanksgiving to all. And to all a good night.
Yes, what he said. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you all stayed safe during COVID-19, as well as getting your good fill of food and just being thankful despite the crappy year it's been.
I know what Robino had. He had a peanut butter jelly sandwich that day.
No, I was out of peanut butter.
Did you at least put some
He
turkey
just had
on
bread.
it?
He just had bread. He had plain white bread.
I ran out of peanut butter a while ago. White bread? No, I had the wheat bread.
Oh, you said you need your fiber. That's right. Gotta make sure I get the wheat bread. Did you eat anything special, Rob? Since you didn't go anywhere.
Honestly, I don't remember.
I had a
I
Thanksgiving shindig.
I know I didn't order, so I think I just had some messed up leftovers.
Me and the homie chef did that.
Wait, is that? I think that was when I sent you guys that picture of those hot dogs.
Boy, boy, were those trash. Oh my god.
I think that was on Thanksgiving.
They do concern me, but at the same time, I'm okay with it.
Hey, those came from the meat box.
Okay, it doesn't matter about the quality of the food, it matters how you make it. And boy, you had that on wheat bread.
Man, I ain't making no Chicago dogs.
With some mayonnaise.
I didn't have any condiments. It was just
Even
dog
worse.
on bun.
Dog on butter.
On bun.
I heard dog on butter for a second.
Nah.
That's disgusting.
But anyways, y'all may see that this, the video game awards. Yeah, we doing that again. Just like our first video. We about to look at these nominees. And we about to make
Nominee?
Nani?
That girl that just be drawing shit?
I said nominees.
I thought he said not my knees.
I was gonna say that to you.
What's wrong with your knees,
You
homie?
sound like someone about to attack him. He goes, "Now my knees."
Hey, we getting old. But unlike last time, we doing this before the awards, so we not gonna see what the actual results are. We're gonna make our guesses here. And
We're going straight in, huh?
yeah, I don't
Predictions.
know. I don't know if I can reverse this, so I guess we just starting at the top. Game of the year.
Yeah, let's start from the top. Make it drop.
So
Okay,
I only
okay.
played one of these.
I've played one of them, but I own two of them and plan on getting a third one.
I've played 4 of them. I know I played, I guess, the prequel. Yeah, I guess it would be the prequel. I played the original Doom. I didn't finish it. I have yet to play Ghost of Tushi. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I haven't played that one yet either. I
So
played
I'm
the
the most
original Final Fantasy 7.
I'm the most qualified right now.
I mean, I was gonna get
Well,
Ghost
look
of
at us.
Tsushima. I was literally gonna get it when it came out. That was back when I was buying
I have
everything as
Hades.
it came
I
out.
have it in my library. I just don't have it downloaded or have started playing it because I got a queue of games to go through first.
Yeah, I messed myself up because I got Persona when it came out and I got Last of Us when it came out, and I was like, oh, I'm getting that sushi, and then I just finished
Yeah,
Persona like 2 days ago.
And I was told myself I was gonna buy a Final Fantasy 7 remake, and it's on sale right now, so I might just go get it.
It's still on sale.
Yeah,
I think
I was
it's on
gonna
sale.
buy Ghost of Tsushima when it was on sale. Yes.
It had an update, a free update.
Yeah,
Technical difficulties, but I was gonna buy it when it was on sale a few days ago. But Steam also had a sale, and I was buying Cyberpunk, so I also just scooped up the rest of the
Priorities.
stuff.
Priorities. I see you.
That was on sale on Steam. So
Man.
Okay,
Well,
we're
why don't-
talking about games, right?
Right.
What? Okay, so check this out, man. Animal Crossing came out at the best time possible, right when quarantine started, and it's the sole reason why Nintendo Switches ran out of stock for a super long time. People were buying Switches and Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Well,
and people
apparently, Animal Crossing is like the best, like, some Switch game, fastest selling one, and like,
yeah,
I think of all the Switch stuff. So
it's
Y'all
crazy.
remember y'all remember that time when they kept talking about people's islands? You know, you had the people that was doing the Survivor on there, or like people playing Jeopardy. There was somebody who played Deal or No Deal.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
My island was legit. Five Man's Island was legit.
You know, though, honestly, if I have to say some 2 cents, okay, if it came to a popularity contest of like what should win Game of the Year, Animal Crossing, like hands down.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. But as
if
far
it
as
came,
actual games,
as far as actual gameplay and like game stuff, I think Animal Crossing falls short because honestly, after so long, it gets annoying going through so much of that text that gets kind of redundant after a while. Like, I don't know, fishing. Why do I need to see the fishing pun every time I catch a fish? Or why do I need to see this and that every time I catch something? Like, can I just catch it? I've already caught it 50 times already.
yeah, it's definitely dropped off too. Like I
Yeah.
don't play Animal Crossing a lot. My homies don't really play. I only have one friend who really commits to it, and that's because it's the only game she owns.
Yeah, so I think like some of the like the gameplay decisions and choices are honestly like kind of outdated at this point. Like I don't think they like really updated that to be like the current modern times.
It's definitely a quarantine game though, because that,
Man,
which is crazy because it blew up.
I only play it when my son wants to look at it. So
Didn't
Like it's,
one of you guys have
he's
people
like
stealing
Animal
from your
Crossing.
island?
What'd you say?
Didn't one of you guys have people stealing from your island?
Nah, me, hell no.
Nah, I don't recall that.
I mean, that's a very viable thing though. Like if you have your gate open all the time and you accept random people to come to your island, people can
Oh,
come
yeah,
back
yeah.
and stuff.
That's not.
But
fun.
at the same time, you can't really pick up things in other people's island unless like it's from a tree or if you just pick off flowers or something. Like everything that they could take could potentially come back.
Yeah.
So it's nothing too crazy either.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, an underrated game though is definitely Hades because I've been
Hades
seeing
is
it.
amazing.
Is that
Bro,
a
like-
is that an indie?
It's I would say Supergiant. I wouldn't call them indie at this point. I think they're kind of just a small time studio. But Supergiant made games like Pyre, Bastion,
Oh,
and stuff like that.
okay.
So they made some noteworthy like good games. But Hades is probably like their biggest game that's gotten like all this publicity. Hades is amazing. Okay, like I don't typically like roguelikes like Hades, just because like repetition and doing all this stuff, it gets kind of just boring and annoying. But I think the thing that Hades does is like after each run, every more and more stuff is revealed, and you get permanent perks after each run, you know, based off of the resources you get that make you stronger. And then it just becomes to a point where like you've done it so many times, like it's like second nature, and you're like you're just whooping your way through everything, and you start wanting to experiment with different combinations of like, because like you go through and gods give you powers, right? The different gods of Olympus, and each one like specializes. Like one could be like straight AoE, one could be like straight stacking crit stuff, and you know, depending on your weapon combinations, like there's 6 different weapons, and they have each weapon has 4 different variants, you know, like that play differently. Like there's a caster build, there's ones that like do attack speed, there's one that do like life steal, like each of them play differently. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an amazing game, honestly. And I never knew about Zagreus and like, you know, his mythology and stuff like that, so this is also a cool
Word.
experience to learn about mythology and stuff like that. So honestly, honestly, I would rate Hades like I would say it's a pretty perfect game. I don't really see any faults in it, honestly, in my opinion.
So you
I'd say
saying
it's
that's
like
game of the year?
I would say near 10 out of 10. I would say honestly, Hades is probably a very very strong contender of game of the year for me at least. And in terms of like all these other ones up there, I really found no real faults in that game. it's
get you.
pretty it's well polished. I mean there's options galore of how you can do stuff, and I mean yeah, I guess the one thing that kind of sucks is like after you beat it the first time, to truly see everything you got to beat it like 5 more times. But after you beat it the first time, it's not that hard to beat it multiple times like that. So
Rob, if you had
And-
to take a guess, what's winning this category?
Man, I don't know. So my thing is one. I don't really
could
know
tell
much
you,
about.
I can tell you
Final-
I can tell you what I think is winning. But go ahead, Rob. What do you think?
I was gonna say I don't know much about Final Fantasy, but the thing is, like, do you think a remake should be considered? Well,
I think
guess
so. It's a whole new
I guess
game.
if it was a remaster.
Yeah.
I could tell you what I think. Why I loved the Final Fantasy VII remake, and I think I honestly would. I mean, it's a remake in every true the sense. Like no spoilers here, but I mean, I think what the implications that it has for the story of like the original Final Fantasy VII, it's going to be different, and I honestly don't know like what's going to happen, so that's kind of exciting. But if there's anything I could say negative about the Final Fantasy VII remake, is I feel like first off, it hinges on what you know, because most people know about Final Fantasy VII already. And so, one of the things that irritated me about it was like it showed Sephiroth way early, and if you don't know who Sephiroth already is, you're probably like, who the f is this dude, and like why is he important? Because Sephiroth didn't really show up until like the later half of like the Midgar section, and that's what I mean. He didn't show up until late Midgar section. Like you heard about this legendary, soldier turned bad named Sephiroth and all this other types of stuff. And then like he shows up and like, isn't that dude? But like you start seeing him way before like he initially popped up in the original game. You're like, who is this? and it kind of hints at like Cloud's scrambled memories like way before like it initially occurred. And honestly, but one of the excellent things though, I think it reinvents how turn-based combat should go and be, because I honestly think combat in that game was amazing. And I think future turn-based games, if they want to take an action approach like that, I think they should do exactly what 7 Remake did and improve it further. But on the flip side, the AI was trash. Like your allies, their AI was trash. So I couldn't count on them to do nothing. I had to issue commands for them to do all the time. And I guess that's fine, but I don't know. It would sometimes with things like when you're in the heat of battle like that, it's kind of hard to micromanage stuff like that. So, but yeah. So I would say, I guess you could say that's pacing of the story is a little bit odd, because I mean you're stretching out a game, that wasn't that long. The Midgar section wasn't that long compared to the grand scope of 7 into a full, 40-hour game. So I would say, obviously, you're going to have pacing issues and potential a little bit of story issues there. I wouldn't even say it's story issues. I would say it's just pacing issues. Like some of the stuff it should have spent more time on or not introduced as early and stuff like that. It did, and that your ally AI is garbage, bro.
Word.
I can't get around that.
If I had to take a guess as to what's winning game of the year, it would have to be Ghost of Tsushima or Last of Us Part 2, simply based off of reputation and visuals. Because I think that's what a lot of these that's what a lot of these award show games tend to favor, unless it's like an indie category. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna.
Yeah. You're right. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. I get excited.
It's okay. But and also because like a lot of the hype coming around like pre-release of Ghost of Tsushima is pretty large, and they're still even adding to it. Like I think this isn't there like co-op for Ghost of Tsushima now
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're still adding
They're-
on to it. Last of Us Part 2, arguably one of the craziest storylines in all gaming history. Like, and it still goes
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, man. Okay, so I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima, but really the only negative I heard in that game was that the enemy AI was dumb. So that was literally the only thing, and everybody else like loved the game pretty much. So, I mean, that's pretty strong game of the year contender. Like I said, nothing's perfect. Although I thought Hades was pretty much near perfect. I didn't have any issues with it. I'll speak on Doom real quick before I talk about Last of Us Part 2. I don't know about Doom Eternal, but the first Doom, that shit was intense. Okay. I've never played an action game that is that intense. Like, I feel like it's one of those action games where like you only play it like 30 minutes at a time that it's so intense. Like it's like balls to the wall, high acting action. And honestly, I've never felt anything like that until I played Doom. I mean, it wasn't for me because it was just so fast paced. But
I mean, it has all that music to go with it too.
yeah, that's something special in itself that it can achieve that. But Last of Us Part 2, I actually completed this game. And in my honest opinion, I've never really been like, it's like, just like, honestly, it's like on level with the first one. Like, when I thought the first one, you know, I know people are like, oh, it's overhyped, blah, blah, blah. I thought it was like perfect game. Second one, I think it's a perfect game too. I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, yeah, you could argue the pacing issues with like how it, you know, and that's probably the biggest thing, maybe potential pacing issues and stuff like that with the fact that, you know, you're swapping between two different characters and, you know, you're seeing their lives at two different timelines. Like you'll be in the present, then you do a flashback, and then you swap characters, and the other character kind of does the same thing. But this game, I mean, I've never really been like, I guess, filled like had a, you know, felt for some people like I did in this game. Like it really makes you like, I don't know, just consider perspective and think about things. And I mean, it's like class A strong ass narrative and storytelling. There's nothing about it. I mean, and like I said, it's going to be inherent that, you know, you'll have a little bit of problems with the way the story structure is told. I mean, that's kind of inherent, but with how strong that the story is and the story it told and stuff like that, and how powerful it was, I mean, and people were like, I'm gonna set this record straight. People were like, it's a revenge story, right? You know, and I'm like, no, it's not a revenge story. They marketed that game all wrong. Yes, the basis of what her initial thing is revenge, but I think it's, in essence, I think it's a story about forgiveness, not about revenge. Maybe the two go hand in hand, but keep that in mind for those out there that play it as you, Rob. And if I had to guess what will win, I would think it's probably Last one. And my personal vote for Hades. I don't think Hades will win because it's not as popular, but Hades was pretty effing amazing.
Robino, would you like a guess?
Well, I was going along the same lines as you, where I was gonna say Ghost of Tsushima or Last of Us, because I only played Last of Us, but at first I was gonna make that statement about Final Fantasy, but I was like, oh wait, it's a remake, not a remaster. And then I was like, Doom, that's just straight up hack and slash and all that. Animal Crossing, I don't really know what you do in Animal Crossing. You kind of just do whatever, right?
Nah,
Pretty much.
like I said, if it was like most popular game, Animal Crossing, but I don't think Animal Crossing is like Game of the Year material. Honestly,
Yeah, but by strong bias, I have to say Last of Us because it's the only one I played. I would, like I said, Ghost of Tsushima, but I haven't played it. I mean, it's very cinematic. I know that.
yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful game,
They got that photo mode.
and I mean everything about it was beautiful. The combat, the world, and all that type of stuff. So.
Okay. Shall we progress?
Next category.
That direction.
Award for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
I forgot about Half-Life Alex.
I think this is going to be Last of Us, just for the simple fact of, like I said, it's non-linear story structure that it has. Like, I've never seen a game do that. Okay, spoiler alert. I've never seen a game. Do you mind if I tell you, like, at least, like, the structure of the game? I've never seen a game. I've never seen a game where you play the protagonist, then you play the antagonist, and then like you're conflicted on like who you should side with or who you feel with, because they're both really compelling characters and they're not really good or bad, you know what I mean? Like they're just extremely great characters. So that's the non-linear story structure that it has. And that was crazy to me. Like that was just crazy. Like at the height of Ellie's story, you swap and play the antagonist, and people are like, "Oh, like what the f? Like I don't want to play this bitch," and shit like that, right? but then you start playing it, and then you start understanding, and you're like, "Oh, okay." And then I'll also give it up. I'll chalk it up to Hades again, just for the simple fact of the way those roguelike games are. Their inherent story structure, like the inherent basis of a roguelike, doesn't really. It's not a good environment to like tell a story, because you're dying over and over and over again, right? But Hades tells a very compelling story. I mean, and you know, it's characters too. Like each character has their own story that you talk to and stuff like that, and it progresses as more as you die and come back and come back and come back and come back, and that kind of gives you a reason to like move on, because you get invested in the characters and like you want to know about them. So I've never seen a roguelike with such a strong story as Hades has, and Hades has some phenomenal voice acting and art. So also kudos for that.
See, I heard that people really like that Half-Life. I mean, it's not the Half-Life they was wanting. They was wanting the Half-Life 3, but they got the VR game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that Half-Life game, it did seem like it was like one of the, I wouldn't say first big hits, but like one of the big hits for VR stuff. So, and it looked really cool. I mean,
and you know, Valve don't be making games anymore. It's like we can still
Yeah.
make games.
Valve was always, I guess they said the coolest thing in it was like the physics, and like, you know, Valve was always good for like physics in their games. So
I'm gonna say Last of Us.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yep. It just didn't seem like the Ghost of Tsushima story would be that. I mean, in terms of innovation, I mean, I guess this is game direction, so Ghost of Tsushima, it seemed like the coolest thing that they did in terms of innovation is that there's no HUD, and you use like the environment to find your way around in terms of like the wind and stuff like that. I thought that was a really cool concept.
Best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game.
This is
Yeah,
kind
we
of a
having some
repeat.
overlap.
Yeah, this is kind of repeat what I just said. So I would think
Yeah.
it would probably. This honestly, obviously, this is more story focused. But I would say this would probably be Last of Us or Hades, in my opinion. Probably Last of Us because the narrative is stronger.
Yeah, I think you spoke most about the narrative for the game direction, so I think we can safely move on from this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
All that art though. Oh, Ori.
Ori does look cool, and very
Mhm.
beautiful. But I'm gonna chalk it up to either Ghost of Tsushima or Hades on this one. In terms of The Last of Us, I would say it's very similar. Like the art direction, obviously, it's very similar to the first game. So I don't think anything really stood out more than it did in the first game. Besides, you gotta kind of go to California, and that's a completely different environment than the other ones. But the Hades art, I mean, Supergiant, I think is extremely underrated in their art that they do. Like Pyre, Bastion, all that stuff, Transistor, they have like an amazing art style, and I don't think it gets credit enough. And I mean, Hades was no exception. That art style it's pretty amazing. And Ghost of Tsushima, I mean, it's a beautiful game. I mean, we saw what it looked like and all the gameplay. Nah, I'm sorry, Final Fantasy. When I saw that door that looked like complete trash,
Mm.
it had no textures at all. I was like, bro, what is this? and you had those static backgrounds, like the static plate. When I looked up at the sky, I was like, bro, what?
Nice.
This is just a still background. What is this? I'm sorry, Final Fantasy. I love you, but for that, you good now. I say Hades or Tsushima. I don't know if you guys think.
I think it'll probably be Tsushima, because
I think it'll probably be Tsushima.
one thing that's pretty insane is like the transition from actual gameplay to cutscene is almost seamless.
Well, and I guess you also got to think about Tsushima has that Kurosawa mode and all that other types of stuff too.
Mm.
So, which most people was like they didn't want to do that mode because it like robbed the beauty and colors of the actual game. So,
Last of Us can be seamless too. There's plenty of times where it just transitioned and I was like, is this me playing? Is this me? Yeah, that's me. I'm still saying Ori. I'm going away from y'all.
I can't
I
argue
like
with
that
that.
choice.
I can't argue with that.
Oh, might have to say Doom.
This one's honestly very hard because all of these music scores, like here, as a music man myself, they're all completely different from one another and what they do, right? And I think they all excel in what they do. I mean, Last of Us 2 has extremely somber, music. Hades music is pretty like metal and stuff when you're fighting and stuff like that. I don't think it really stands out that much in terms of like score. I mean, we know about Final Fantasy 7 because we know the classics. If I had a guess, and I know Doom has an extremely metal soundtrack that's pretty iconic, so I would think, honestly, I think it's probably either Doom or Final Fantasy.
And then Doom goes well with what you're playing. Almost like Killing Floor,
Yeah.
which was the zombie game that had metal. And it's like it just fit perfectly with what you were doing.
Right. Final Fantasy 7 just has, iconic. This is based off of the classic. It has iconic, themes and stuff like that. But that Doom stuff, that's part of the game, that's what gets you going.
I agree. I was gonna say the same thing.
Yay. audio design. So what's the recognizing the best in-game audio sound design?
So that's for score and music. Sound design would be like how do the guns sound? How do steps sound? How do you
Yeah.
That Resident Evil
Movie
3,
sound.
you always hear that man walking behind you. Stars.
I, based off of what I played, I'm probably gonna say Last of Us, honestly, here, because I guess this kind of ties into how smart the AI is in this game. Like, I'm not joking, dude. Like, when you play this game, like, the enemies can hear you, like, if you step on certain shit, or, you know, like, they don't play. Like, if you kill a dog and the dog squeals, like, they'll hear that shit. Like, it's pretty, like, genius, and guns sound great, and when you start brutalizing people with axes and all that other types of stuff, it sounds brutal and disgusting. I mean, it gets it gets exactly what it's trying to you know, convey across.
Man, I smacked somebody up with one of those pipes that I put scissors on.
Yeah.
I mean, normally I guess you could expect that to be a one-hit kill, but I wasn't expecting that. Like, they was coming around that corner and I was hiding and just whop up to the jaw. They fell down gurgling. And I was like, dang, that's kind of messed up.
Oh yeah. Did you do? Because like sometimes in that game, like when you're on like the last enemy of like a room or a click or whatever, and like you like you shoot them, Ellie will do like a finisher and she'll like walk up to them with like a. Have you ever seen that animation? Like when she did that shit was brutal. Like I remember that. I think I had an axe and like I downed the dude and he was like on his knees and crawling, and Ellie walked up to him and just like bashed his head in with the axe, and I was like, damn. Dude was dead. It was unnecessary. But I don't know. I'm sure the guns in Doom Eternal sound amazing, and I can't speak of Tsushima, but I'm sure rustling through all the wind and the grass and all that stuff sounds great. So.
My guess was gonna be different, and I was gonna say Half-Life because of the VR experience. Yeah, because
you might be right about that
once
too.
you put the headset on, it's sounds and everything. It's just completely different. Like it really does immerse you as like much as you can. So that's why
there's a conversation going on.
Boy,
it's a very good point.
I'm still saying Resident Evil 3. I ain't play Resident Evil 3. I played the demo.
Only because that man says stars.
I played the demo. That man be busting through walls. You hear them loud footsteps. I don't even know if I want to say that. I'm gonna say it. He be grabbing you with tentacles.
I mean, that's what he does.
Well, you made it weird because you said you wasn't going to say it.
It made it seem like there's something wrong with that, but.
What do you mean? I'll go to the next one. Best performance. I don't know. I think I have to say it to her just because she yelling in that picture.
This is, I don't know. This is another hard one. I mean, I thought all these people did extremely well, but I don't know.
I think Miles Morales just came out, so
yeah,
it's gonna be tough for
and his fade dripping. So nah, I'm gonna probably either go with. I mean, I hate to sound like a broken record, but I mean, if in terms of a game that has motion capture performance and overall just emotion and stuff in their performance, it's probably The Last of Us ones. I can't speak on Miles Morales because I haven't played it. I can't speak on Ghost of Tsushima, but I know he was like, I am samurai, and I felt that shit.
I felt that.
And the dude that does the voice of Hades in Hades, I think he's really, really good, but I don't think it was like, like it knocked me off my feet type stuff. But I don't know. Ellie and Abby here, they go through some shit. So
I was gonna say, I feel like it's got to be one of them. And it's gonna be a Last of Us Part 2 when.
and I don't know, and honestly, I don't know who I'd pick between the two. I honestly would kind of lean towards Abby, but
See, I said Abby because she yelling in that picture.
yeah. Even though people hate Abby,
Look at that emotion.
I don't hate Abby. But what she's going through, I don't hate her. Even though her arms scare me.
I was just about to say Abby looked like she want to square up in the octagon.
Even though she intimidates me. You might as well skip that Games for Impact because I don't know nothing about it.
Boy, I didn't know none of them. It's sad.
Kentucky.
Boy, just go on,
Tell
bro.
me why?
Hell no.
What?
Get the.
Backstreet Boys.
I was
or
thinking the
NSYNC.
same thing.
I always mix the two. I can't remember.
Man, how many times has Fortnite been on here?
I mean, it's ongoing.
But how many
I ain't
times?
playing games unless we talking Fortnite.
I'm surprised Warzone still it's considered ongoing because that just like I feel like it really. When did it come out?
It was last
Did
year.
it come out earlier this year? It came out last year.
Yeah, because this year is the Cold War.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's
I just
been
feel
it's
like-
been over a year.
If I had to say in terms of popularity, if this was like a best ongoing thing in terms of popularity, it's probably gonna be Fortnite. If it's
I don't
like
think
best,
it's Fortnite actually.
you don't think so?
But what about No
Fortnite
Man's
dropped
Sky?
hard because
Didn't-
people don't even talk about No Man's Sky. Fortnite dropped off with the rise of Warzone. Warzone basically took the belt of like battle royale games because people were either playing Apex or Fortnite, and then Warzone came in, and then everyone
But-
dropped off of Fortnite because of all like the niche gameplay mechanics that they're adding to it, all
Right.
the promotional stuff. Like people didn't want to play for that. So
We
why
also
See, but No Man's Sky though, them updates made the game what it was supposed to be.
yeah, but
Well,
people
that-
still aren't playing.
But that's what I was thinking. I was like, do we look at this objectively in terms of like ongoing? Like it's, well, I guess when you say best ongoing, like what you say, Rob, that sounds like best improved, right? This is like best ongoing. So like, is it still going strong? And then is like the updates it gave it, does it make it stronger? So I don't know about Warzone. I don't know if the updates to that made it stronger. I know that
I mean, well, yeah, for
I know that
this
it's.
stuff.
I know that sounds like it sounds to me like Destiny gets stronger and stronger each time it makes an update, but I don't play it.
Yeah,
And in terms of Apex Legends, I mean, I
it
see.
just started the new season.
Yeah, I see their propaganda all the time, and it looks like they're doing really strong and like maintaining their popularity. So
Yeah.
I think I would say Apex Legends, but I think you're right, just JT. I think Fortnite is probably falling off.
I saw.
Yeah, Rob, I hear what you're saying about No Man's though, Rob, but
No, yeah.
I think it's easy to become best ongoing in that situation if you start at the bottom. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I said No Man. You both said Apex, or no? You
No.
both said Warzone.
I said, yeah. Gotta go Warzone, I think.
I mean, I played that Warzone. I made a video. All them indies.
Look,
I don't even know what this one is.
Obviously, it's
Or
not,
this
it's
one.
Hades.
look, I still play Fall Guys.
Still trash at Fall Guys.
I
too.
still be on Fall Guys. You is the worst person in our group in Fall Guys.
It's Hades.
Man, I don't know what she's talking
No,
about.
no, he's not. No, he's not. It's Ed.
Ed is barely worse.
don't don't do Rob like
I
that.
be
It's
stunning
Ed.
on them.
No, you don't. You don't be stunned on nobody.
Bro,
Man,
this
you
is
saw my new
Hades, though.
video? I was gliding across them. Little,
That new
them
video,
little things.
we didn't get to the finals until we said, all right, we're not leaving until we get to the finals or something like that. Because it was the last game. But anyways, look. I still be playing Fall Guys. That's all I'm saying. You
That's
tease
all
him
you
out.
gotta say.
I gotta pick Fall Guys because I ain't play Hades yet.
I mean, I guess I can't argue with you there. I mean, Fall Guys is good, but Hades is way better.
But listen,
So,
Fall Guys took a
Hades.
genre that is polluted with shooters and young boys, and they've translated it into where you play as a
What?
jelly bean
Young boys.
and you race to the finish line.
Young boys. What?
Why'd you say
That's how it
like
goes.
that?
That's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened.
But why?
And
you
then now
say
look
it
at
like
it.
that?
What you mean? That's how it's always said.
I'm talking about Flyman.
That's what I heard too. I got no questions about that. But look. Fall Guys was super hyped up to come out. Y'all remember that? Seeing that, and people were like, "What is this stupid looking game?"
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that, and then it just out of nowhere was like, "Oh, it's free on PlayStation." I was like,
Yep.
"Wait, when did this come out?" And it's like, "Oh, this came out 2 days ago." And I was like, "Wait, it came out and it was free?"
Yep. Look, I die for Fall Guys. No, I'm just kidding.
And then Among Us came out, and then people were saying Fall Guys is dead. And I was like, "What happened?"
Well, people are just trendy gamers. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's
Fall Guys
the
is a trendy
culture.
game.
That's the culture. Everyone's a trendy gamer.
Is Among Us dead now? Is that still going?
I would argue no.
No, definitely not.
I still see a lot of it.
That group I'm a part of, they be playing Among Us till like 3 in the morning. Cause
My group played the other day somehow. It was late though. It was late.
Man, I think I've only played Among Us twice. No, 3
That's
times.
'cause-
3
That's
times.
because my friend group always be late, and then our friend group is just trash. That
Yeah.
man showed up after we finished playing. Said, "Y'all still playing?"
I mean, he in there now.
you know, I wouldn't mind playing with randoms if we got like 4 of us together or something like that. But
I wouldn't mind because it's more fun when it's you can interact with everybody and
See, but you know, we not trying to argue through typing though.
yeah,
bro,
you
we
can't stand.
we got in a match with the group I'm a part of, and you know, they're like, you know, anybody that's not a part of our clique, they always instantly accuse. He's
Yep.
like, bro, it's not me, you stupid smooth brain. I was like, what? Smooth brain.
Smooth brain
You
means
never-
you
you
don't
never
got
heard
no
that before?
wrinkles.
That shit happened weak.
You ain't
You
got
never
no
heard that
wrinkles.
before?
Nah, bro. Smooth brain.
You ain't got no brain. The more wrinkles, the smarter you are. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That shit happened weak.
Anyways,
Smooth
I gotta
brain.
go Fall Guys. Flyman's gotta go Hades. Rob, who's the deciding vote?
Hades.
I mean, I played Fall Guys.
Yes, sir. You played that game. You got no wins. You got 40 hours in it. You got no wins.
I don't got 40 hours. I got that PS5. It tells me how many hours. It said I got 8 hours in that game.
What if you had more than 40 hours?
Man, how
I
am
got
I
like
have
30 something.
how am I have 40 hours when I only play when you guys play?
Hey,
Hey, that's why you don't got no wins.
hush your mouth.
I think we can move on.
I think JT is the only one out of all of us that has wins. So why you only
Yes.
talking about me?
Because you is the trashiest one.
But I be out there though.
Alright,
If you'd be out there, then you would have a win.
look, this one, it's gotta be Genshin Impact for me.
Fall Guys for me. I mean, not
Boy!
Fall Guys, Among Us. My bad.
Yeah, I think it's gotta be between Among Us and Genshin Impact. But Genshin Impact in their first week made
See,
millions of dollars.
But you ain't play that on the
People ain't
mobile.
hip. People ain't. Yeah,
I have
people
a-
ain't hip to the. They're not hip to the gotcha though.
A lot of people have, I have it on mobiles as well. For when I'm like not home and
See.
shit, but it runs the same. Like the craziest thing is, it looks the exact same on PC as it does on your phone.
Really?
That's wild. Yeah, it is super clean.
Yeah.
And you could argue Among Us does too, but
Yeah.
that ain't too difficult.
See, for me, it's not Genshin just because I played Honkai Impact on the phone. Honkai Impact the third, which was before this. So that was another gacha game they had, and I was like, oh, I mean, of course it's different, but you know,
It's very different.
It looks the same.
It's very different.
You don't even know what Honkai Impact is.
I played a little bit of it. I just didn't care for it. But Genshin Impact obviously has the Breath of the Wild influence in it. And if you play Genshin Impact, it's very clear. It almost looks like China just straight ripped it.
Yeah, I remember when we first saw I don't even remember when it was, like a year ago.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, when we saw that, and I was like, hey, y'all see this this Breath of the Wild clone? And everybody was like, hey, they just ripping off. I don't like
They
that.
straight ripped it, but it's still a good game. Very good game. But it made so much money that, like, legit people be getting text messages from their bank being like, yo, is this you spending money towards this MiHoYo?
They probably flagged.
MiHoYo?
They probably flagged it, thinking it's like some fraudulent stuff.
Yeah, they just see a Chinese name, it's like, this don't look right to me. I don't know. I will say, the way Among Us blew up though is pretty insane. I hope they get some type of award in this award set, just because it came from like a game made from 5 people 2 years ago, and now it blew up to the point where those 5 people couldn't even have the servers up because it was just too many people were getting on. Remember, or you guys didn't have server problems when we played. Really,
Among Us, I had server problems like a month ago.
yeah.
It was very annoying. I could not get in any game. Like I was getting kicked, and I thought it was like my internet, and it wasn't.
No, dude, it just overflowed. Like when I first started playing it, you legit had to hurry up and get in a lobby, and once you're in a lobby, you really can't leave because it's so hard to get back into one. But like the server, like their come up was super fortunate, and I want them to get something out of this, man, because they're getting backed by streamers, they're getting backed by celebrities. AOC was playing Among Us, man.
Who?
You don't know who AOC? Oh my days.
Oh yeah. He don't know.
But that's the backing that Among Us has gotten is, I mean, you can't help but want to root for them to get something. But I gotta go for Genshin Impact.
They canceled Among Us 2 to put more support into this one.
Yeah, because they didn't think that Among Us was gonna originally blow up, so they were like, let's just do a second one.
And
Yeah.
it was out for a while before it blew up, right?
It came
2
out
years.
in 2018.
Yeah.
2 whole years. My sisters played Pokemon Cafe Mix, but I still gotta go Genshin Impact.
I'm gonna say Among Us.
That's fair.
Among Us.
Community support. Look, man.
Man, them people
Here's
on
the
Fall
thing.
Guys be trying to push me off.
People,
No, man, screw
here's
them boys on Fall Guys,
Here's
man.
the thing. Destiny 2 is still around and popping, which is crazy. I feel like that says something about the community, right?
I would say so too.
Like that's
I
kind of
was-
wild. People were
Yeah.
talking all kinds of shit about it, like this game is trash. But yet here it is again, people still playing it.
It was the
I mean,
updates.
it all comes from the community. I don't want to see Fortnite win this one. No Man's Sky probably has decent community for the same reason Destiny 2 is up here. But also Valorant, I mean Valorant's it's a League of Legends game, so I just can't back that, man. League of Legends kids be ruining the whole game. All Riot games have been ruined to me.
But you still play them.
Unfortunately, because all my friends are sadistic.
Man, what we going
But-
play that Smite again?
You the one who always want to say when we play him, I don't want to give any suggestions as to.
I don't know what you're talking about. I downloaded it. I gotta read
For community, I gotta go Destiny 2 because them boys love their game.
I like JT's logic there, but I feel like to truly know, you have to be a part of those communities. So
That's true.
See, the thing about Destiny, I think people always hate it in the beginning, and then the updates make it better. So then people was like, why isn't it like this in the beginning? Why I gotta update to get to this?
Actually,
right.
you know what? I changed my mind because I just remembered. The Fall Guys Twitter page hit 1 million 1 million followers within like a week or two or something, like astronomically fast. I feel like that's a part of the community that we would forget about. Their social media platforms. Fall Guys popped off on Twitter. It's insane.
Yeah,
I gotta give it back to my Fall Guys.
that's a good point as well.
They know how to win me over.
They know I like jelly beans.
Yep. I want some right now.
I
What
just
do y'all
know
guys?
I never liked Fortnite.
I know.
Me
dude.
neither.
Okay.
Me neither.
All three of us Fall Guys?
Yeah,
Let's go.
VR. Oh, you gotta say that Half-Life, Alex.
I think that one's
Yeah,
free
that's-
for Half-Life.
That one's pretty easy.
Innovation and accessibility. Recognizing software or hardware that's pushing the medium forward, adding features, technology, and content to help games. I don't know how
So-
we could judge this one, honestly.
Would you say Watch Dogs Legion? I mean, you could play as literally anybody.
No. That's not
That's
what
not
it
a
means.
hardware thing, though.
No. It means like having accessibility options for like those that have, I
Disability?
guess, yeah, disabilities and handicap and stuff. If I'm not mistaken, I swear,
That
I
makes sense,
think the Last of Us 2 Part 2 had like it blows up stuff for people that can't see too well. I think it has like a full-on colorblind mode. I think it has like a full-on I think people were saying like it had some of the best accessibility
That's cool.
options of a game like they ever had, like they ever saw. I think it has like a low polygon version or something. I don't know, something
Oh, cool.
like
That's
crazy. Yeah.
It's definitely a category I know nothing about, but I'm
Yeah.
glad they have it in here, though.
I mean,
Okay, here it goes. It says configures all apply vision accessibility present. It configures all the recommended settings for players who are blind or have low vision. So like it has accessibility for people that are basically blind or has extremely low vision, and it highlights like in this picture I'm seeing it highlights everything like the monsters are like bright red, everything else is gray, items you can pick up are bright yellow, and your allies are like bright blue, but everything else around you is gray. So like if you have limited visibility, you know you wouldn't be able to see that. And it says configures all. This will enable so there's settings for people that are deaf or hard of hearing, like deaf, like it blows up the text so you can see, and it shows you the direction that noise is coming from and stuff in the game. And then
Yeah, it makes sense. I can
mean-
see that as. I mean,
I
I don't know
don't think-
the other ones, so.
yeah, I just know that people are saying that, and I know there's like a journalist out there that is like legally blind, and he was saying like, I mean, I was moved by his story. He was saying like he's never like had a game that cared that much about his disabilities like that. He said he felt so.
Mm.
nice. I mean, if you saying that, I go with it because I don't know the other one.
Yeah, I don't know either. What are we looking at?
Oh,
There's an action.
Action. Ooh,
Streets of
these are some good.
Rage.
Streets
these
of
are some
Rage,
good-
like the coin machine, the arcade game.
Yeah, the classic. These are some good choices here. Honestly,
Neo 2
I
was
feel
this
like
year?
Yeah.
I feel like these could go to any of these, honestly. Probably more so stronger in the
think
Hades, Doom,
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say
the
Hades.
Neo. But it's probably going to be Doom, just for the, like I said, I've never felt a game like it. I know it was like the first game, but I would imagine this Doom Eternal took it to the next heights as well. But I've never felt a game like that was so action packed. Like this might sound weird, but like my nose was tingling. Like the action, like that shit was intense, bro. And like I said, I know that sounds very weird, but
I ain't mad at it. I'm gonna pick Hades for the diversity vote. They should get some different votes out there.
Action adventure. Hey, that's
this one's also a hard category.
Yeah,
Spider-Man or Fallen Order.
I think it's. I was leaning towards Fallen Order.
I think honestly here, I think it's probably gonna be Tsushima and Fallen Order, or even potentially Spider-Man. Here, I don't think Last of Us. The strongest thing Last of Us has over any of these games is the story, but in terms of like its action and stuff like that, like, I mean, it's pretty base to base, beat to beat, kind of like the first game. First game just enhanced, and I mean, I guess you could argue the same thing for Miles Morales, and I guess you could argue the same for Tsushima and Fallen Order. I mean, they all borrow from something else, but Fallen Order, I played it. Its puzzles were really great and fun. The boss battles were awesome and fun. Tsushima, I mean, has samurai duels as the boss battles, like epic samurai duels. So, and I mean, Spider-Man is Spider-Man. So, if I had to say, I'm gonna go Fallen Order just out of my bias because I know I played that and I know it was fun and I know the puzzles, stuff like that. I think it has the whole package compared to maybe something like Miles, but out of my non-bias and something I haven't played of what I've seen, I would probably say Tsushima.
I mean, Fallen Order is like a whole game, and Miles is a standalone. Like that Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna go Fallen Order, but I don't want EA to win, so I'm gonna go Ghost of Tsushima.
I can't argue with that.
I was gonna say Spider-Man. See, it's Respawn though. Did EA have a big role in Jedi?
EA has Respawn. Respawn also did.
But I'm saying, did they have a big role in this game?
I mean, EA Respawn.
I don't think they were I don't think they had their hands all in Respawn stuff. If that's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
It's a no for me. Respawn. Better find someone else to own you.
That costs money. Oh, that Royal.
Best role playing.
Royal.
I like. Here's the thing. I like Royal a lot, but
Royal.
Like I said, Genshin Impact has already made millions of dollars.
Man, I don't count that as role. It's a gotcha.
He's playing devil's advocate. He knows in his heart he wants to say Royal.
Well, here's the thing though. Look at this. For best game design with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences, right?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Let's include the, so in Genshin Impact, you can, you don't really get to choose, but you have the availability to choose from, like, minimum 7 different characters, and each character has 5 artifacts you can give them, and each artifact has a set which gives a specific boost to them. So the character customization in it goes a little deeper than just normal equipment, because say if I have 2 of one set, you get this attribute like added on, as well as like you have with the weapons that have different abilities attached to them. You have ways to go through the game.
That's any gotcha though.
You know what? You know what? Their criterion description isn't even fair, because the only game that encompasses that is probably the Wasteland 3, because all of these other ones are JRPGs, so they don't even have that same design. of like this role playing definition.
I mean,
Yes,
role
they have-
playing just you play as someone else, and you
Right.
and you throw
Right.
on customizations, and you progress that character.
Yeah,
like
but
you
he's
build-
talking about that specific description.
Which you use to argue Genshin Impact. So
I'm
And
saying,
I gotta go get you then.
I'm saying Royal. Costume you best
Royal.
girl.
Genshin Impact been robbing everyone blind.
Oh, what?
I don't know about that one, fam, but
Man, you ain't even
there-
played it.
People,
I don't know. I find it hard to believe that that would happen, but I might be wrong.
Well, they've made millions of dollars. People have put thousands of dollars into the game.
I mean, but awards
But
awards
you know how
shouldn't be
many-
based
there-
off of popularity, or it should. I think it should be based off of, in my mind, like artistically overall, what was the strongest game.
Man, you ever seen that video of that guy who
Man.
spent $75,000 in Fate? That Fate
Yeah.
Grand Order?
Yeah.
I've seen that.
I can't remember what it was from. Is that from Wall Street? I don't know, something like that. I spent some money in Fate. I'm not gonna lie, I put like a little bit into Honkai Impact. But then I was like, I can't play two gacha games. But I'm gonna keep on moving. I have a friend who kept saying like a dragon. He really likes this like a dragon. Apparently it's good.
Oh yeah. I don't know here. I
I
mean,
can't believe One Punch Man is on there.
I
Out
heard
of-
One
out
Punch
of
Man
name-
was trash.
I know.
out of a name notoriety, I would say either Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. But I know that Mortal Kombat had controversies
Yeah.
with like some of its like loot box design and things like that. And
That
I've never
Warner
been-
Brothers-
I've never been too much of a Street Fighter guy, so I can't say.
I think it would have to be Street Fighter.
Yeah, I feel like I never heard too many qualms about like people dissing Street Fighters.
I think this is a weak lineup though for fighting games, which you said.
See,
is
I was
pretty
gonna say, I
weak.
feel like they just needed this last spot, so they put One
Yeah.
Punch Man in.
I'm surprised to put One Punch Man instead of fucking My Hero or damn
No, not even
Jump
My
Force.
Hero.
My Hero
Jump
was
Force.
trash. The new My Hero
Jump-
was trash.
I think all the anime fighting games that have
First they
came
tried.
out, excuse me, this year haven't been that good, right?
I mean, none of them are good because they have the same formula with they're just specific characters. Best family. Boy, get the Fall Guys back in. Just kidding. Let's.
This
So
is
I haven't
Animal Crossing for me.
yeah,
see.
yeah.
I haven't gotten
would say
around
Animal
to
Crossing.
Mario yet.
I've seen
never
people
played.
play this one.
Yeah.
This is the
I
one
feel
where
like-
you do the course in your house.
Yeah. I think here's my thing about these as like family games is like I don't play games with the family because I live alone, right? Flyman.
You can play
actually
this
has
with your
kids, and
family
he
though.
plays-
Technically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like you can't do that with Fall Guys. Like you can't split screen on Fall Guys.
No,
So I don't see how that unless you just take turns the whole time. I also
You could-
I don't think you do that in Crash either. Like you can't like have
in terms of like the one that offers the best sense of like family or togetherness, like within your own household, would probably be Animal Crossing, because at least in that, you all live on the same island, and you can gift each other stuff, and I could be like straight to my wife like, hey, I left you a nice little gift in the mailbox in Animal Crossing. Go ahead and log on and see what I left you.
Yeah. That's why I think too, because when I think of family game, I think of a cooperative experience. And the thing with Fall Guys is, if you lose and someone stays in, you can only just watch. Like,
Mhm.
so that's why that's why I think Fall Guys comes up short. It's just because your homies have no choice but to just sit there. And I haven't got around to playing the New Paper Mario yet. And Minecraft Dungeons is just a 2D Minecraft. It's still the same game. Deadass looks like Diablo 3.
I think it is like a.
It's like still, it like has the same gameplay
Yeah.
concepts. It's just Minecraft, which is funny to me.
So I think we're gonna end up coming to games categories that we skip over.
Yeah, I don't play any Sims.
Like, I don't know about this. You're probably just gonna say XCOM. Or
Microsoft
something.
Flight Simulator.
Nah, I know about these.
You're probably gonna say Crusader
Okay,
Kings.
I honestly haven't played Crusader Kings, and I know this XCOM game is different than the XCOM game we're familiar with. But in terms of like the potential and what I saw, I'm gonna say Crusader Kings because that honestly seems really, really, really cool. Like a really cool strategy game. So I'm gonna say that.
I gotta go Microsoft Flight Simulator, man. No cap.
Crusader Kings is on my wish list, and XCOM Command Squad is because it's a little different than the XCOM.
Gears Tactics. I just realized this was a Gears game.
Yeah,
It's
let's
like
just,
Team
let's
Fight
just carry
Tactics.
on. Nah, bro, I ain't seen. Best sports game.
Sports
God,
racing.
it's gonna be FIFA 21, but let's just carry
It's
on.
gonna be 2K. Come on, guys.
No, it's,
They're
it's
both
gonna
trash.
be the Tony Hawk because I think
No,
this
it's
was
fine.
like a remake or something.
I don't think
I
it's
think
unfortunately.
I think it might be Tony.
Ooh,
Best
that's
multiplayer, interesting.
I feel like it's these four.
Ooh.
Yeah,
This-
I agree.
This one's really hard.
This was a tough one because the thing with each of them, let's see, Valorant you get a squad of 5. Fall Guys you get a squad of 4. Warzone squad of 4. Among Us a lobby of 10. Let that sink in.
When you put it like that, I would say Among Us, but when you put it in terms of like, I don't know. That one's hard. I think Among Us, because in terms of like the most multiplayer aspects and interaction that you can have, I think is probably Among Us.
Yeah.
Because you can interact with everybody that's in the current game.
Yeah, I think
Huh.
I didn't play a lot of Valorant due to my resentment towards League of Legends, but it's huge. It's a huge game. And
See, you also gotta think about it with Valorant. A lot of people went into that and then was just like, "Dang, this ain't what I'm looking for."
yeah, exactly.
They ain't know it was gonna be like
So-
CS:GO.
Yeah, it's huge, but it definitely lost a lot of potential people. And I think the thing with Among Us is it's super easy to pick up. You just have to learn how to play a little bit. And the best way to learn is just to play a little bit with people who have an idea what to do, and then
Heck,
it's easy to
I
go.
was scared to be the imposter, and after like I did it a couple times, like I'm not that bad at it now.
See, the only
Right.
thing is, like, in the beginning, I was like, when you're playing a crewmate and then like you're so open about what you're doing and your task, and then we get to imposter,
Right.
it's like, okay, so I've been telling everybody what I've been doing exactly, and then now it's like, okay, I'm not doing anything.
That's
Well,
because
that's
you
why
gotta
you-
get the lie. You gotta make
That's
stuff-
why you gotta set the expectation that you're not
Hey Rob, you
Yeah.
trash on Among Us too, though.
No, man.
he's
We
just
only
trash
played
as an
3
imposter.
times.
He's trash.
We only played 3 times.
Yeah, and you almost got me and Fly voted off. And it was clearly Brendan.
That was the first time we played.
It was very obviously him.
That was my very first
And you
time
defended that
playing.
man.
I didn't even know.
I remember Brendan like totally gave up. I don't know if this was the same instance, but he was like, "Fuck, man, I don't know."
Yeah.
That was my first time playing. I didn't know what was happening. You played like a few times before that because of your other crew, right?
I played a lot for that.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to play it though. Like I've been trying to get people on. I've been telling you to download it. Me and Fly, I told him to get on it. He was like, yes. But yeah, I think this
sir.
one I gotta go
But now
Among Us
nobody
'cause
be wanting to
I want
play.
them to get a win. Man, I always be down to play, but
Yeah. Among Us is pretty impressive, honestly, in terms of like just how small they were. And it's a gaming urban legend, you know.
it's what you want to see from small indie productions, man.
You need to get Ed up
Mhm.
on there.
But these
Content
Nick
creator of the year. I know all these people.
I actually don't know
we
any
just
of
gonna
them.
go over that. That's crazy.
Best day.
I only know Alana Pierce. That's about it.
Phasmophobia. This was their first game.
Boy, you just gonna completely skip over me and Colby talking?
I can't really speak on the content creators.
You know her
I'll go
because of
over this.
IGN.
I'll go over this real quick. Alana Pierce does a lot of work with IGN. She has like a degree in.
She quit IGN though.
Yeah, okay, I know. You gonna let me talk? I'm just kidding. So she's had jobs like writing game critiques and stuff like that. So and her actual content from what she does on like YouTube and stuff, like she's been on several different platforms and channels outside of her own. So she does a lot of work. Unfortunately, I don't know a lot about Jan Lopez. Nick Merckx is huge in Warzone and shooter type games, right? So because he's a part of FaZe, so he's all about the shooter games. Tim is pretty much in the same boat. He's like plays what's popular, what's not, but he's also huge on WoW and World of Warcraft stuff. And Valkyrie is the cutest content creator on the platform, but she plays everything. She's very much like a variety gamer. But
that timing,
my personal favorite
she's the cutest content creator, dude. That's great.
she's my favorite because she brings a lot of energy, and the people that she associates with are very enjoyable as well. But I think Alana has a lot of great insight as to how gaming and stuff goes in the real world, I guess. But if I'm being clear,
cool ideas, and I mean, I don't know.
Right.
I mean, she was a journalist, you know. So.
Yeah. I think she's a good it's nice that she got nominated, but it's honestly going to be either Nick Merckx or Tim the Tatman because their communities are huge. Okay, we can go on to the next one now. Okay, look, I've played a lot of Phasmophobia, man. I've played a lot of Phasmophobia, and it is awful because it's so scary.
Yeah, you don't do well with that anxiety.
Well, it's because it's a ghost game, but the sound effects that it has going on for you is like it goes straight to your headphones. You hear it breathing next to you. The gameplay, you move so slow. The game mechanics, you have like 4 buttons that you use. You can only have 3 items, and one of them has to be your flashlight. When the light starts flicking, that means the ghost's starting to hunt. There's different maps. You got houses. You do in a school. Hell, a school and an asylum. The hell?
I seen the Black Hokage play that, and it was pretty hilarious.
I think it's Phasmophobia for this one because it's given a lot of people really good content, and honestly, as a game, it's actually pretty fun. Like if we were all to get it and play it together, I think it'd be a good time. But it is absolutely terrifying.
Man, I won't be scared.
It is absolutely terrifying. Oh, you gonna say that until it starts hunting you?
I won't be scared.
And then when you see it crawling on the ground,
I throw the holy water.
No, there's a crucifix. The fucked up thing about the crucifix is you can only use it twice and then it disappears. I got this Phasmophobia. I don't want to talk about these guys, but get those league boys out of my face. Get them coach boys out of my face. I didn't even know there were too many esports events this year. because
I
of
can't- I don't follow esports.
Okay, well I
too
knew
hard.
that. I knew that Worlds happened.
Yeah,
And I knew that the league happened.
I just
didn't
didn't
know
even
about
know. It's gotta be League of Legends. They dropped a whole new single for that.
They
thankful
dropped
they,
a whole E EP.
Yeah, they got an album on that, dog. That shit's fire. It's gotta be League, bro. That community is too hype.
I'm not gonna
And
lie, I rock with the E EP.
That shit slaps. That Korean music, that K-pop. I think we can move on from that. Best esports
League of
game.
Legends.
Get that
League
shit
of
out of
Legends
my
and Valorant.
face. Get both.
And
okay,
Counter Strike.
it-
We got two games over here. Counter Strike and Valorant. They basically the same thing.
I think it's got to be League of Legends or Valorant. I think Riot takes a dub on this one. I think Riot
I like
takes
how most of the esports games are like old as heck too.
Yeah, I know. League of
Counter
Legends.
Strike's the oldest one. Well,
Yeah, dude.
I don't
Counter
know how
Strike's
old
older.
League is.
League's
Well,
been
it
around for a long
depends.
time.
Glo-
But Counter Strike,
Global
That
Offensive
one's old.
isn't the oldest. I think it's
right?
Counter Strike 2.0. I mean, don't quote me on that.
I don't know either. I didn't know
Whatever-
Counter Strike.
There was one before Global Offensive.
I seen
that
dudes
was-
on the old PC playing Counter Strike, man.
Yeah, that was on like the one of the original sources, like the one for the Orange Box or something.
Gotcha. I think
Yeah.
I think Valorant is the most fun to watch though, because it's a game could go from like 30 to an hour maybe, but the amount of action that's in it, like each round too, is I think it's very exciting. League of Legends, I feel like nothing can happen for a long time, and then shit will hit the fan.
Yeah, I think that's just because of the game type.
Right, it's a MOBA. and
Yeah, because of
that's
the 3 lane. Just in the beginning of that type of game type, you're just not
Yeah.
gonna have much.
yeah. League, all you do is wait for the jungler, and then that's when shit starts happening off. That's when shit really starts popping off.
Hey, when we get in that
Yeah.
joust though.
Boy, get you if you don't get to the next category. Talking about Smite, best
Oh,
esports host. I don't know. I don't know.
these
none of
people. I've
these.
seen this guy.
Yeah, I've seen that guy.
I'm gonna
too.
say Golden Boy just because that's an anime.
Yeah, swimming anime. Started drowning. Yeah, you like. I think I only know one of these.
I know this
And-
because of Overwatch.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
and I
one.
know the Damwon gaming team. But we got to go for the Dallas Empire
I don't know
because
any
we
of
live
these.
here. You know what I'm saying? We really out here in Dallas. That's what we do. But of course, you gotta beat them. You gotta beat the Koreans if you want to win League of Legends.
And Overwatch. Well, never mind.
San Francisco Shock. I think it. I
They,
should watch
they,
more
they look
esports, man.
Asian. Am I just wrong? Am I being?
I
messed
mean,
up here?
Damwon Gaming is from Korea.
No, I was talking about San Francisco Shot.
I know,
Yeah.
but the difference in saying they look Asian to to when I say yes, that team is entirely from Korea. Anywho, I should watch more esports. I think it's maybe a little. I mean, why not? Why not? I mean,
Yeah,
the
why
NBA is
not?
going back soon too, so
Why not?
NBA starts like the 20 something.
I feel like once
Bro,
upon a time I could
speaking of that- What?
in esports.
Oh, I was just saying the NBA.
Yeah.
Speaking of the NBA, they said that they were testing people before, like, you know, they start ramping up the league start, and they said 50-something people had COVID.
You bet. Don't even
I
get me
was like,
started on
yeah,
the
everybody-
Donovan
Everybody
Mitchell
was
got
safe
a,
in the bowl.
Donovan Mitchell got a big deal.
Oh yeah, really?
I think so. Just to go back to the Jazz.
Yeah. Did you see that Westbrook got traded?
Yep. John
For
Wall.
John Wall, man.
How old is John Wall?
30s, I think.
They're about the same age, roughly.
I
John
felt
Wall's
like,
probably a bit older.
yeah, I was gonna say I felt like John
He
Wall
just
was
hit
older.
30.
Okay.
Yeah, but the
Um,
Rockets will also have DeMarcus Cousins. They're gonna have
Yeah,
Boogie.
that's an interesting trade.
Do they still have Harden?
Boogie ain't
or did
worth
Harden
nothing,
get
cuz.
traded? I don't remember.
Man, Boogie's staying injured, doing nothing on the bench.
That's what I'm saying. Boogie ain't worth nothing.
And when he's healthy, he looks slow as hell.
What about Harden though?
And when he is healthy, he
He's
be
still at the Rockets right now.
he be drama queening it.
Boogie with the hoodie.
That is someone else.
Boogie, what the fuck is that song?
Have you guys watched Professional 2K?
Professional 2K.
What's that now?
Professional 2K.
2K. No.
They,
I know the people that play them, and I don't know, some of them kind of. I don't know.
apparently they try to do like that whole like gaming show type experience where they have like
I
people
watched the
playing.
Black Hokage
I'll play in my park.
and start trolling people.
The 2K League is something else. Something.
I'm just saying, back when I used to play Call of Duty all day, every day, after high school, you just go
He
home,
said, "I'm gonna do this for life."
play Call of Duty. I got behind on my games just because I kept playing Call of Duty. That was
So
back when I was
that's
able to go like 60-5 in a game. I can't do that anymore because I don't play all the
Go pro
time.
in this.
Yeah, I remember you was really good, man. Why'd you let it go?
Man, I used to run them the messed up kill streaks.
Why'd you let it go?
I would get dogs and swarm and run them at
Dogs.
the same time
Yeah.
so that you couldn't hide inside or outside.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Sushi.
Cushy.
I remember
So
one
that's our
time
game.
somebody yelled at, or no, they didn't yell at me. They sent me a message. It was yelling at me for being a camper, but I had a sniper, and I think my response was something like, "Well, I'm with the sniper. Like, if this was like realistic, you wouldn't expect somebody to run around trying to quick scope with a 30-pound sniper, right? They stay in one spot." And then he was like, "You know what? You right. I'm sorry. I was just mad."
you might have to explain yourself to that,
Rob. This dude always gotta explain himself. He always gotta rational, or he always gotta say reason or something. He stay
Tell him
doing
to piss off.
that.
I'm just surprised that he actually apologized though.
You might have to explain yourself.
I've always gotta explain something.
Man, you don't even know me.
I do. And we both know you do that all the time.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
The whole
Even
chat.
when we tell you we're playing, you still explain yourself.
Yeah. And you'd be like, but wait.
There's more.
And then you'd be like,
I was about to
actually.
say that. Actually.
Always want to be a smooth brain.
Man, I was in them advanced classes in high school.
Bitch, we all were. What the fuck?
Hey, have you ever was it an advanced class? Because I remember when I had to go from New Haven to Snyder, they had to put me in, the base algebra because there wasn't any room for the honors algebra. When I went in there, and how's just the comparison to honors to the academic, I was like, bro.
Hey, I had that at Harding. Like going from Prince Chapman to Harding, and I was in geometry because geometry was a sophomore math.
Yeah.
It was mainly juniors and seniors,
Yeah, I had juniors and seniors in my class too.
and they was asking me for help.
Right.
And the thing
I had
is,
a senior in my academic algebra class, and she was always asking for my help and stuff like that.
I remember
like, bitch, why you so stupid?
I remember because it was my first class of the day, so I was tired. I was like, man, why I got math first thing in the morning? And you have somebody dozing off, and the teacher calls them out, and is like, do you have a B or higher in this class? And they're like, no. And it's like, well, pay attention then. And I was like, dang, why she gotta do that? And then I sit next to the wall, and I dozed off by accident one time, and she was like, Robert, do you have a B or higher in this class? And I was like, yeah. And then she's like, oh, well, pay attention anyway.
She was like, damn, he got me there.
Hey, I don't think she liked me. Well, I shouldn't say. She was probably annoyed by me.
Dumb ghetto kids, what the hell?
She was probably annoyed by me in the second trimester because for some reason we were on trimesters that year. And you remember that principal, that this is our school principal? Yeah. He was the one who was like, teachers, you can't take homework as a grade because it's not a good representation of what you know, because you can have somebody else do it for you. And I was like, oh, then I ain't doing homework. Just straight up, I said that. I was like, oh, this ain't a grade, I ain't doing the homework. And she really wanted us to do that homework, but I didn't do it. And then second trimester.
Don't you love how like homework just faded out of like school requirements?
Well, yeah. it came back. It came back for sure at New Haven, but there, the second trimester, she started doing these things called homework quizzes, where after a test, she would pass, or she would put numbers up on the board, which were problems from our homework, and she wanted us to copy down our answer and the work we did for it, and then turn that in as a grade.
That's smack a bitch.
But you know me, I didn't do the homework, so I passed that in blank. So that dropped me from an A in the class to a B.
Dang. You looking dumb.
Yeah, because like she started doing that, but then at that point I was like, man, I like not doing homework, so I'm just gonna continue not to do homework.
Dude, speaking of going from A to B, this one girl who's like in the classman, I was her like quote unquote mentor. She came up to me and she's like, oh my gosh, I got a B on my quiz, it's gonna drop my GPA. And I was like, bitch, my GPA was a 3.2. You have a 3.7. Better calm down. I just think people that say that kind of stuff to me, I'm just not even sympathetic to.
Man, but none of this had to do with games. We finished up this tier list.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it out.
It's not even a tier list.
I'm editing it.
Yeah, but yo, it's been your boys at Respect the Tote. We had fun talking about all the potential outcomes of the Game Awards. I have to say, I'm actually glad that this event is a thing. You know, I know it's kind of like young event, but I think each year it's been getting better and better. And you know,
it's coming out on the day Cyberpunk come out.
Yeah. And there's some cool games out there in terms of the nominations and stuff like that. I mean, and they're up there. All of those games are up there for a reason. Like,
yeah.
If you're curious about some games you want to go out and play, y'all, you have the suggestions right here.
Hey, here's a hypothetical though.
Okay.
So Cyberpunk comes out next Thursday. So
Correct.
we're going to be playing that. But just think in the back of your mind, this was supposed to come out in April. What would these awards been looking like if Cyberpunk did come out in April?
We don't know. We don't.
Yeah, I don't even know how to respond to that, what you just said to me.
Yeah, that's why I said keep it in the back of your mind. Because it comes out next Thursday.
That didn't even make sense to me, what you said.
You're not getting the game, so this is the fly man. While you playing that Cyberpunk, it's like, dang, this could have been up there with the game of the years, possibly.
I'll keep that in mind.
It's okay, it's always that next year.
It's always next year.
It was next year, but
oh yeah, but I gotta close it out. But yeah, that was what we talked about. And, you know, always respect that damn tilt, boy.